Morning, everyone. Welcome back. Many of you have asked me if our loved ones, when we call on them after they pass, if we disturb them on the other side. I know once we lose someone that we love, there's a lot of grief and there's a lot of crying and missing and anger, and we go through different stages of grief. And I try to explain this at all of my readings. You know, as I've shared with you before, education is key when we do this work. So I really like people that do this work to explain and remove all the myths and fears. That's if they're true evidential spiritual mediums, and they do it correctly. This is what they should do. They should remove all the inconsistencies that are out there that are being told and spread by so many that are doing this work not in God's love and light. So I'm going to try to answer this question and explain it so you have a better concept and understanding of how it is for our loved ones once they pass over. When people say to me, what is it like to die? I simply stand up, step out of my chair, and move to the side. That's how simple it is. We simply, we have two bodies, spiritual and physical, and the spiritual body simply steps out of the physical body when it no longer serves us, and we begin our life on the other side. Once we pass over, we become brilliant of mind. It's the light bulb in the right side of the brain, which is the soul, now is you're completely in soul, in soul energy. You're complete spirit, so to speak. You're no longer encased in the physical body. So this light bulb becomes your entirety, and you no longer question. It's like we become brilliant of mind. This is what I'm told from spirit, and all of our questions are answered. All of the questions, why this, why me, why did I have to go through this, why is that one going through that, all of our questions are answered about on this side of the veil as well as the other side of the veil. We also, the strongest thing that we understand according to spirit is that we lived our journey, and we don't have a right now to impede on anyone else's journey. So if there's a love or blood connection, of course we will stay connected to those who are still remaining on the earth plane while we reside in spirit, waiting for them when it's their time. But we no longer have the cares or worries or concerns. Those emotions don't exist on the other side. So not only do we not have a right to impede on their journey who are left behind, but we have no desire to do so. If there is a blood or love connection, our energies can pull in and will pull in with that healing modality I talked to you about, which is peace. So we will pull in and be with them, which will bring peace into their bodies. And that's why I often explain sometimes when you get that wave, when somebody passes and all of a sudden you're going about your day and everything's okay, and then you get this wave and you remember your loved one so strongly, and you cry because you miss them. And I tell them, when you get that wave that comes over you, that's because your loved one just pulled in. Okay, and they're standing next to you. When I say pull in, I mean they step back into this dimension, so to speak, to be with you. So you're feeling them. You're recognizing their soul energy. That's why you get this wave every once in a while when we think about a loved one, okay? But they have no concerns because those emotions, again, don't exist on the other side. They just don't exist. So if you're crying, if you're unhappy, if you're ill, anything like that, they don't, it's not that they don't care that you're going through it, but they understand that this is your journey, and whatever you're going through, you need to go through. So you never disturb them. Never disturb them. I get very upset when I hear mediums say, oh, you're holding your son or daughter back, or your mother or father, husband or wife, you're holding them back with your tears and you have to stop calling on them. That's not true. That's not true. If there's a love or blood connection, that love connection never ends. It never ends. So of course the love is there, so they will pull in to be with you whenever you need them to. But it's never a disturbance to them. It's almost like this is their job. Part of what they do on the other side is to comfort those who need them. So they will pull this healing energy and healing modality in whenever we need them to, or whenever they feel we need them to. Okay, so there's no such thing as disturbing them, holding them back, trapping them here. None of that is true. The soul simply steps out of the physical body and begins their life on the other side. Okay, so I hope that answers your questions. I hope you have a clear understanding of how it works when our loved ones move from this place to the next, and of course live eternally in God's love and light, as I wish for you for the rest of this beautiful day, that you always live in God's love and light.